news, everyone! We're only 4 chapters away from the ending! Hooray! Bad news! We still have a lot of boot crap to sit through! Boo! On the bright side, we might be doing follow the question of Brotherhood next, or Last of the Dragon Lords! Yay! Plus, we might reboot Sins of an Alicorn to actually become more of this Eternal Star story! Yeah, shark! Me public. Endgame Part 2. Somewhere in the blue area of the moon, Uatu stood before nothing in particular, watching the events unfold on Earth 672. Day in and day out, got nothing more to do, just what's going on. Wonder what's on the other channels. No. Oh, shoot, that's right, they kill me in 616. Kind of a stupid plot, if you ask me. I mean, why kill a foundation in one of Stan Lee's original creations and then give the role to Nick Fury, of all people? Does Marvel just have this thing against its own universe or something? No. Ooh! The Marvel Cinematic Universe. There we go. That's right. Some people might ask why I want to watch it. Well, besides the entertaining stories and the adherence to the proper characterizations, and actually able to keep a good plot, exciting plot going through, I like it for one big reason. Oh yeah, Scarlet. Show off that baby got back! I mean, come on! Look at that ass! Oh yeah. Don't know why I suddenly made Uatu a perv. This fixed getting to me. Norman Osborn was not to be stopped this day. The reality was spread and affected the universe close to that reason. 616. Hey, you came out of the proper Marvel universe, you dork! That would spell the end of everything. Not just for the Equestria, but everything that ever lived, or will live, or had lived. Uatu frowned, opening his eyes to the image of that universe's Peter, Twilight, Luna, Simmer, Spike, Black Cat, and Wolverine. Sadly, Wolverine apparently is having a fight with Nick Fury and Captain America, and I am missing it! Come on, I don't care about this fight with Peter anymore. I want to see Logan go at it with Nick Fury and Captain America in order to protect Stephen Strange. That would rule! The greatest hero in history. Yeah, we know. Peter is God, Peter is love, Peter is life. All bow down for his high and mighty, highfalutin Peter Perfect Parker. We got it! All who disobey his laws will forever be burned in the fiery pits of one more day. It was a duel of fates. A what? A duel of fates. Well, okay. Kora Mata. Kora Mata. Ramata. I'll never do that again, ever. I promise. Okay, I lie. You know that's a big old fib. Spider-Man, Twilight Sparkle, Princess Luna, the universe needs you. Fuck the others. I think we've already established that no one else exists but you three. Why have a story with a wide, diverse cast when we can just focus on you three guys? Meanwhile, back on Equestria, we see everybody acting like morons. We're not trusting Peter in spite of all the good that he's done. I was hoping that this fic wouldn't go that route. I was trusting the story to, actually take into consideration at what Peter's done for everyone, and everybody be rational. I was wrong. We're gonna see everybody being a little bit idiots for about a few minutes, aren't we? Fic, be honest with me. How much of this will affect Peter in those sequel stories that I will never read. Ding! 0! I thought as much. So, can I just go off and jump off the nearest cliff right about now? Because you are really trying my patience. And Nightlight signing have a heart-to-heart talk. Meanwhile, back at the Daily Bugle, Osborn has a character-defining moment, even though his character had always been like this, and the Fake decided to forget that and decided to want to do OneNote Jameson. Because as we all know, OneNote Jameson is the best. No, it isn't. Meanwhile, back with Osborn, there's a huge gigantic battle, and of course Spider-Man has spider armor! This thing just loves to annoy me with every single thing it can find, and now it's brought out the spider armor! Thank God it's not the Iron Spider. What? I hated that armor from Civil War! Just add that to the bunch of things I don't like about Civil War. The comic! Not the movie. The movie is awesome. The movie Civil War is awesome. The movie Iron Spider is great. I love that design. Comics-wise, no. Movie? Yes. Comic? No. You're starting to see my problem here. And the fight goes on and on. And, it's not that I don't mind a nice and good and long fight. I mean, I've written plenty of them, and I don't mind a good, exciting battle. And don't get me wrong, this fight is really, really well written. This fight is well described, well choreographed, and well done. I got no problems with it. The only reason why I'm skipping it, guys, is mainly because of a couple of reasons. One, you've been through with me through past 50-something chapters. If you notice, I have been getting dulled by these fights. Why? Because of one important reason. While long and epic battles are great, like say Immortal Game, or the stuff I write, or even some of Wonder 8D stuff, there's a problem. I have to care. I think we've already established a long time ago, I don't care about any of these characters. And when you make me stop caring about Spider-Man and Twilight, we got problems. I don't care about how this fight turns out. I don't care about what's going on anymore. And when you do that, the fight turns from, yeah, kick his ass, to, when are you going to kick his ass? And you feel like you're just looking at the clock, counting down the seconds, while trying to figure out what type of pizza you want to get. Speaking of which, so would love a good spring ramen now. And Spike gets disintegrated and sent back to Equestria. Because apparently when you destroy a normal human by like Spike's, thanks to a rupture, he could be sent back home. Again, why am I so afraid of what's going to happen to Spike? And Osborn, of course, breaks. There's a fight. And there's a huge executive rumble. And Peter makes a declaration that it was his fault for Gwen's death. Oh god, not that again. But he won't let his carelessness get Twilight hurt. And then Osborn proceeds to say something that I think you need to hear for yourselves. Your fault. Your carelessness. He was silent as he contemplated Peter's words. Goblin began to laugh playfully until it grew into a maniacal cackling. Twilight arched the brow, patting Peter's arm affectionately as the knight never averted his gaze from Osborn. The goblin eventually ceased his laughter. Although his faint smile remained wide. You naive fool! You actually blame yourself for that! Osborn shook his head. No, that's not fair. You deserve to at least know about the truth before you die. Peter lowered his brow. What are you talking about? Stretching his arm out to the side, Goblin grinned. It's simple, Parker. I killed Gwen Stacy! No! It's not true! It's not possible! No, really, I don't think this is possible or even true or why he would do this. Just give me a sec. That's just pathetic. Wow. For the first time in this story in a long while, I agree with Peter. I've already extended my responsibility. There's no point in trying to fill my head with your lies. I already hate you more than a person should anyone. Just stop before you embarrass yourself more. Yeah, Fix, stop before you tick me off. Don't disrespect the dead. Just leave Gwen out of this. Goblin took on response, nodding. I see. You need proof. Fine. I'll show you memories of that day, and I'll give you something extra as well. Osborne's body disappeared in a flash of light before morphing into a small feminine figure. Peter's mouth fell agape at the sight once the light dismissed. Recognized the flow of golden locks and large emerald eyes that belonged to the woman. Suddenly her eyes retook the familiar shade of green that belonged to the goblin. Grunt and giggling madly. I knew you enjoyed this, Parker. Guess what? That look on your face. That's the exact look Gwendolyn made before I killed her! Just stop. Yes, please, I beg you, Fick. Just stop! The transformed woman pointed her glowing hand to something projected in the sky. Still don't believe me? What? And meanwhile, Simmer and Luna watch and Black Cat watches on, because everybody needs to see this. And everybody watches the flashback. And then we get back to the infamous bridge. Goblin continued to cackle, throwing his hand over the young woman's mouth when trying to scream, but her cries were muffled. She shivered as Goblin placed his free hand over her forehead, while the other grip over her mouth tightened. Do not worry, my dear. Your hero will be here shortly. Oh, that's right. You despise Spider-Man after what happened to Captain Stacy. That's when Gwen grabbed his hands and pointed out, You just forgot one problem. You're not dealing with this universe's Gwen. And then Spider-Gwen proceeds to kick his ass. What? I read the TV tropes on Spider-Gwen. I'm kind of interested in her. And especially after watching the trailer for Into the Spider-Verse. Mainly because I do love the idea that there's a universe out there where Gwen got bitten and it was Peter who died. I'm kind of interested in that type of story. And I also do like her costume design. I mean, the white hood, white face mask, the black design, everything just works pretty well. And it is a stunning visual. I do enjoy it. Just like I love Mayday, Pierce's daughter with MJ. I love her and I love Spider-Girl. And for all of you people who are worried, or hell, some of you people who might even get mad at Dan Slott about what happened, or some of his statements, or even his own methods of fighting the Omniverse, I would like to point out a few things that helps calm me down. Number one, the multiverse being as it is, there are multiple iterations of some of those Avengers. So don't worry, all your favorite characters have universes where they live. After all, 1 point in one multiverse equals about 1 billion other choices. That's just the way the multiverse works. So yes, there are alternate versions. 2, yes, there is a universe where Mayday had a happy ending. And you don't have to worry about her. Because again, multiverse being as it is, you would have to be somewhat on the size of Anti-Monitor to wipe it all out. And right now, I'm just glad that the Anti-Monitor hasn't shown up. And lastly, number 3, due to the fact that Dan Slott apparently didn't use the data books, he didn't really follow some of the rules, so, yeah. So don't worry, everybody's fine. I just hope that whole entire Spider-Verse thing is actually as good as it sounds. I don't get tempted to read it. It's like, ever since the Spider-Man game, I've been tempted to read all of some of Dan Slott's run, thanks to that awesome PS4 game. Or it'd tear you apart if you found out your boyfriend was actually Spider-Man. Wish you still blame Peter for what happened to your father? Gwen sighed, causing Osborn to grin. The lies, the secrets. He just didn't trust you with the truth. How could Peter do this to you, Gwendolyn? It's not like a trust. I don't know how you could ever go on. Goblin nodded. I'll save you the pain of dealing with the misery. Fick, don't you dare. Don't you fucking dare do what I think you're about to do! Because if you do, I swear to Celestia, nothing's going to stop my rage. The most of Osborn's hands were swift. You better not. You better fucking not. Barely visible to the naked eye. I swear this is going where I think it's going! Yet the sound Gwen's neck made could be heard by all, even by the deaf. That dreaded snap. You fucker! You miserable son of a bitch! Cunt-sucking, stupid, sick-spewing fuck! I can't freaking believe this! You and your determination to make sure that Peter is gone, that Peter has no problems, and your determination to send Peter to godhood took one of the two biggest deaths in Pierce's life and fucked it up! You fucked it up! Somehow, this has made what Micah did in keeping Appletax's parents alive seem pale in comparison. This makes that whole One Piece fic where Ace lives only to die later seem utterly beautiful. This makes Let them wonder what like an epic masterpiece done by K-Cat herself! You fucker! You have somehow managed to top them all in sheer fuckery! The idea that Peter may have accidentally killed Gwen, or even the Fall, is one of the greatest, most heart-wrenching tragedies of Peter's life. Because Peter should always ask, it should always be on that back of his mind, what if he just did something differently? What if he did something unique? Or should he have not saved her at all? Because Goblin knocked her off and had her fall at that speed. That was something that's always been on the back of his mind. Because that is something also that the viewer could ask himself when he watches Gwen die. Is, what, are you saying that Peter shouldn't have done anything? That he should have let her die? That was one of the most beautiful things and one of the best ways to write a character death in a fic. And also really good for Peter motivation. As a matter of fact, I don't even mind you having that, because it served as Peter's motivation for protecting Twilight. It served as motivation for Peter keeping Peter going. But you... Also, it showed that Peter could fail. But you decided to toss fuck it in the ass by basically pulling this shit. By suddenly going, oh, don't worry, Peter doesn't have any problems with that. It wasn't his fault that Gwen died. It was Osborn. Fuck you! I can't believe a fellow Spider-Man fan decided to go this route. If you wanted to put in Gwen's death, then you need to be respectful about it. You need to actually understand it. You actually need to be good with it. You don't just immediately say it was Goblin who did it, so Peter's absolved of all his sins. Why not just go back in time and say, oh, it was Goblin's fault for killing Ben, and Peter did nothing wrong. It wasn't that burglar Peter let it get away. It was an assassin sent by Goblin while you're at it. No, even better. Why not just say that Peter didn't make that mistake, but it was all in his fucking head? That's what happened when you did this. If you were so determined to mess with Pierce's fucking love life and mess with Pierce's little morality when it comes to Gwen said, don't put Gwen in at all! I hate the Ultimate Verse. I hate Ultimates. I hate the Ultimate Universe with the exception of Ultimate Spidey and Miles Morales. You guys are wrong. I hate that type of those stories. But even they in all their disgusting attitude and their fucking ASC did go this far. No. They had Gwen live, get killed by some mumble jumble, get brought back by cards. That I'm fine with. But you did yes! You basically just said who cares about Pier as a moral hero? Who cares about Pierce's faults? Let's make sure he has a perfect, happy life. What's worse? We know why this happened. I can bet you I know why this happened. There must have been comments about how they were worried that Pierre was just using Twilight as a substitute Gwen. Because, MJ didn't exist. Yeah, MJ wasn't there. So, when the beauty that is Twilight and Pierce's perfect romance was shown, we decided to fix that by making sure Osborn killed Gwen so Pierre could have something physical to attack. And that's another problem with this. By having Osborn being responsible instead of Pierre or random chance or some sort of accident or hell, even her own shot dying, you have basically just taken another moral away from Spider-Man. You see, here's the thing. If there's a Superman fighting it, fine. He could have saved Gwen easily. Batman, no problem. But what makes Peter human, what makes Peter Parker one of my all-time favorite superheroes is this. When confronted with that choice, he had more of an opportunity to fail, like any human could! Because let's face it, any superhero worth their salt could pull that off. But a human could make a mistake. A human could falter. A human could be left to decide, what was I supposed to do? Not save her? But you slime-driven pussball that shouldn't even been full thick, decided to take all that away by having Osborn do it. Does the idea of Peter making a mistake not occur to you, Thick? Fuck you hard! So Celestia roars, Trixie growls, Luna calls it a sadistic monster, and Peter Parker has a spaz attack. Because Peter loses his mind. Oh my god, he does have a spaz attack. I gotta read this because this is just too hilarious. Peter gripped the strands of his hair, snatching somebody's roots. This boy sees her gritted teeth. Okay, note to future authors out there. The whole having your character sit there, grip his hair, will never look angry, will never look rage-filled, and will never look good. No matter how much you try. You can put gritted teeth, you can have him bleeding, but no, it will always look like he is holding his hair and crying out, "You don't understand my needs!" Okay? You cannot make it look cool. As a matter of fact, let me feed this dialogue in the way it's supposed to be read. When you have somebody grabbing the strands of their hair and gritting their teeth. It is my fault! I was just going to believe you! You had a chance of teaching! I gave you the... I couldn't pay for it. You should have left this alone. You were stupid enough to confess. Now that I think about it, I think I need to visit that goblin. Hey, Gotti, you know the whole entire mocking and bragging that you were the one who killed Gwen Stacy in front of a very much still able to fight, still able to struggle, still able to get back up and kick ass hero. You know how you bragged about this stupid, sinful mistake against all Spider-Man kind? Yeah. You are an idiot! Let me point out how stupid this is here. Let's consider a scenario. Let's say Joker is facing off against a still standing, still able to fight Batman. And Joker goes, "Hey, Batman, funny story. I remember once, a long time ago, back when I was just a young gangster, I encountered this rich couple with their kid in the back alley, and I took a gun and shot them both dead. Isn't that funny?" You're not laughing. You have a very sad frown. And now, sir, you did a growl. And now you look ready to kill me. Or say a bad guy looks to a very much standing, still pissed off at him, Kenshiro, and goes, "Oh, by the way, Kenshiro, I burnt down an orphanage, killed a bunch of innocent children, and probably raped a few women, and why are you coming at me with your fingers?" Have Peter tied up! Have Peter have his legs broken! Then you can start bragging about how you killed his girlfriend. But no, this... You're basically dancing all over her corpse. Hell, this is the same mistake Frieza made when he killed Krillin. Right? "I'll kill you, and then I'm going to kill those pathetic human friends, just like that Earthling." Krillin! You said something about Krillin! This is like Cell dancing all over the corpse of Andre 16 when let's go on just one SSK2! This is how stupid it is! This is something that bad guys should not do! Because then this usually gives the hero their second win and proceeds to do something like give the hero a super mode or something! And I do hope you're not going to give Peter a super mode, like say turn him into freaking out your moon. Otherwise, I'm just going to start bashing my head against the nearest wall. No more games, Osborn. I don't quit this much. You want every opponent and every pony to fear me, right? You've had this coming for a long time. I'll damn you to eternal night. Show you why I'm your worst nightmare. First, I watched the Mountain Gate by shivering out of trepidation. Nightmare Moon. Right, Nightmare Moon. Excuse me. Excuse me. Thank you. I now have a concussion, and I forgot what colors are now. Hope you don't mind. Ow! Butter Breaker. Come on, man. I know you just bashed yourself off the head, but you can't tilt her until you don't feel like going on any further. Oh, 58 chapters of all this stupidity. Come on. Come on! Get up, man! Is it really going to end like this? Maybe Mike is right. I am a failure. All these people don't even listen to me when I do good fix anymore. They always come and do the comments whenever I read the bad stuff. And that's never the point. And now this fic, this should have been great. It's now taken every bit from me. And now it gave Pierre a stupid super mode. Maybe I should just let it end. No, Legend Bringer. Don't. Do not forget why you love doing this. Why love? You love to talk about great fics. To show off why they are awesome and what they mean to so many people. Yes, it is true that you seem to get more comments whenever you read a bad fic. But perhaps there's a reason why. Have you not realized why you don't get that many comments when it comes to good fics? Why? Because they don't have anything to say. There is nothing to be said. You all enjoy listening more than talking about it. You can just imagine that each one of those people, and remember, you do have more than hundreds of views for all your good stories. Each one of them was touched by something. Perhaps they went home to talk about it, or even left home feeling better and brighter.
Can you really look into my eyes and tell me that reading at least one Fallout Equestria fic, reading stuff like Last of the Dragon Lords or even Honenshy, it's not worth 1,000 of these? 1,000 chapters of sitting through the worst crap imaginable. You're right. And you can't tell me that in spite of not everybody commenting, you do know that you've touched people. And when you read incompleted stories, what's the best thing for you? To test my own creativity and fix my own tales and see where I've gone and how I could grow and become better. Precisely. So don't let people like that win. Continue to stand up for all the great fics out there. Continue to read. Continue to tell stories. Continue to allow the other people out there to see the world for what it is. After all, you have things to come back to. You're right. I do. He's waking up. I think he's coming back. You know, if this was a cheap shonen anime that wanted to rip off DBZ, this would be the part where you would get a super mode. You're right. Hey, maybe I did. Ah! Well, anything? You lost a couple of feathers. Dirty thinks you're molting. I do not molt! Pegasi do not molt! They do. I've seen Rainbow Dash molt a couple of times. Shut up! Let me get back to the story! Next chapter, let's finish this fight! We cut back to Equestria, and apparently, Aunt May is a Pegasus now. News to me. And Sakura is watching the entire thing, being shocked by the fight, and healing differently, and everybody's having their own individual reactions, like this is some sort of cheap shonen anime! And by which I mean really cheap. And the flames that were surrounding Twilight go into Peter's sword, and Peter tells everyone to get out, and this isn't even a Spider-Man story anymore! Is it? If I were to go to you on the middle of the street and just tell you that this man wields a sword, that sword's heresy, and has thus achieved his dark form to defeat his worst enemy, you would think I was describing Conan or some fantasy story. This is not Spider-Man anymore. This is just Mystic Knights or something. This is Bleach. This is a Bleach story. I don't know when this fic suddenly decided to stop being Spider-Man, but it has stopped being Spider-Man. My God, I think that kind of makes this, in a way, worse than the One Piece and Wonder Woman crossovers, because at least those still felt like a Wonder Woman story and a One Piece story. At least those actually still felt very similar to their source material. This has stopped being Spider-Man a long time ago, people, and this has suddenly started becoming more like Bleach or something, or Naruto. And believe me, I would rather be reading Naruto. I would rather be watching Naruto take it outside of his arms and go, honey, I got this. Go back home. Or Ichigo taking Ruki out of his arms and giving her one last kiss and... Yes, I know he marries Orihime at the end of Bleach. I do not care if he marries Orihime at the end of Bleach. I am a Rukia and Ichigo shipper. As far as I'm concerned, they're my OTP. Represent. And this is not, this is like My Hero, okay, it's not a My Hero Academia story. I wish it was a My Hero Academia story. Then All Might could show up and say, I am here! And then kick Osborn's ass. This would be cool, actually, now that I think about it. Now, if this was a Cinnamon story, I would probably be more accepting. But we all know the last time somebody gave Usagi a sword, she used it for a few minutes, decided to F it, and reach into Galaxia's heart and pull out her good nature. Because that is who Usagi is. Her friends can wield swords, blades, arrows, what have you. Usagi wields her rod. as he can either heal you from your darkest hell, or she can obliterate you. What she lacks in physical prowess, she picks up for in heart, and the bonds that she has forged with her friends. Of course, if this was also a witch or a Magic Knight Rare story, oh, most definitely. Oh, wait, what if this is actually Utena? Can we have Utena instead? I'm sorry, in times of desperation like this, I want to think about my favorite manga and anime than this. So Osborn proceeds to do the one thing you should never do in the middle of your ultimate battle. You should never call yourself a god unless you're ready to prove it. Because then you usually get your butt handed to you. Then Peter tells him how he's not much of a joke, and Peter's like, I am the eight-legged nightmare. I'm sorry, could you say that again? I am the eight-legged nightmare. you can't be serious with that one. You can't be trying to be bragging about that. I am the eight-legged nightmare. I am the walrus. Cuckoo. I am the eight-legged nightmare. I am the waffle maker. I am the eight-legged nightmare. I'm Batman. I'm the eight-legged nightmare. I'm Spartacus. I am the eight-legged nightmare. I am Son Goku. I am the eight-legged nightmare. I am the Eggman. I am the eight-legged nightmare. I mean, you can't make this up. That could not have sounded right in your head, Pete. And I am what the gods fear. Yeah, if I came up across a guy who called himself the eight-legged nightmare and was expecting me to take it seriously, I'd be laughing too. Oh, and the sword's energy dissipated. There's a huge fight. And Twilight tries to reach out to Peter, but fails because he is now Nightmare Oh, sweet heavenly Celestia. He is Nightmare Spider. What? Nightmare Spider. What? He's Nightmare Spider! God, this fic couldn't even make that sound cool! And Luna's like, I'm sorry, it's all my fault. Seems Nightmare Moon was still suppressed in me, and I thought she was destroyed after the Elements of Harmony was used, and I think Venom's hold allowed her to escape, and Osborn filled the symbiote with Discord's chaotic magic. It was impossible for her to find control, and now, after the Nightmare realized it couldn't do anything to me, it decided to attach itself back to Peter. Sorry for saying that, because now I feel that Legend Bringer is going to start killing. We attack at dawn! And then he proceeds to talk about how it's thriving off the jealousy and rage, and meanwhile it's trying to thrive off of Pierce's amount of guilt and hate and anger, and seeing Gwen Snout was able to turn him against everybody. And Twilight's like, I have to save my boy toy! And Sunset Silver's like, I'm in this story, believe it or not. But I thought Nightmare Moon's control is permanent. You need the elements, right? And Luna's like, yeah, but, the main five aren't important. I mean, they're just Twilight's friends. Who cares about them? Peter might still be in control, but you might be able to use it or break his free if somehow you can just talk to him because Nightmare Moon has full control of it. And Black Cat's like, that's just cheating, isn't it? And Luna's like, yeah, pretty much. I mean, suppressing and all that. And Twilight's like, Sunset Silver, could you please get me over there so we can end this? And meanwhile, the fight between Peter and Osborn goes on and on and on and on and on and on. And I'm going to get myself a couple of cookies. I'll be right back. I mean, I know it might seem a little unfair to all of you guys who are sitting through this and have to listen to me do all this, but seriously, I need sugar in me if I'm going to live, so I'm just going to go over here, grab a couple of cookies, and I'll get right back to you. God, I love a good Chips Ahoy. Anyway, as I was saying, as it swelled, and there's a bit for that. There's a fight. There's a little bit of masses. There's a little bit of hits. Peter points out that as he's taking on Osborn, kicking his ass because, let's face it, by now you guys knew that there was no way Peter was going to have a difficult time. I mean, if this was if one of my fights, you knew Peter would actually have a challenge, but by now you guys know there was no challenges here. Peter points out that Osborn's not laughing. He wants him to laugh. Meanwhile, the voice in his head tells Peter, kill everybody. And Twilight's like, no, you can't. Peter's like, sure I can. Twilight's like, please. And Twilight's like, I'll fight you if I have to. But I'm not going to lose you over something stupid. Now, losing you over banging Sleepy Bell in the future? Yes. Yes, people, that happens later. And Twilight points out that Peter is so different from the Goblin, and Peter tries to disagree. Peter, right now, you're acting crazy and insane. But, hey, as long as somebody does something in the stick! And Twilight's like, please stay with me so we can raise our child together. You know, guys, if I was doing this story... Well, first off, I wouldn't have any of this bullshit. But let's say that I'm drunk. And high. Let's also say that I forgot what makes a good crossover. Okay. Let's pretend that I am not me. Let's pretend I never wrote Follow Starfleet. Actually, you know all the fics of mine that you guys like and were entertained by? Let's just throw that out of the window. Actually, let's just forget I'm a good writer. Actually, let's just forget that I had any sense. And I have limbs. And let's forget that I actually have a brain. Okay, let's try to pretend I'm a shitty writer. I know it's hard to believe, but let's pretend I'm a shitty writer. If I was doing this, rather than having Twilight tell Peter, you're better than this, you're nothing like Goblin, and Peter's like, I am nothing like Goblin, what are you talking about? And Twilight's like, no, you can't kill him. Peter's like, sure I can. Twilight's like, no. Peter's like, yes. Twilight's like, no. Peter's like, yes. Twilight tries to remind him, remember, with great power comes great responsibility. Peter, oh god, not that. You're about to do something reckless. Please, don't kill him in hatred. Stay with me so we can raise our child together. And Peter remembers our child. Instead of doing all that bullshit, I would have remembered what universe I'm working with, i.e. friendship is magic, and I would have had Twilight go, okay, there's only one way I can save my boyfriend. Then goes back, grabs the main five. You remember that story. You remember Fluttershy, Rainbow Dash, Applejack, Rarity, Pinky? Remembers that they exist, grabs them, grabs all 6 elements of harmony, and goes, I will defeat both you and the Goblin Peter if it means saving you. And then the 6 work together, be awesome, defeat Nightmare Peter, use the powers of the elements of harmony, free him, and then together the elements of harmony team up with Peter to take out Discord. You know, the 6 bears working together. Because, as I said, the story is called Friendship is Magic! You know, friendship, as in the bonds between Twilight and her friends would be something that could be useful. I.e., I expect to see a 6-on-1 fight. I.e., I want the main 6 to work together to take out Nightmare Peter. Not My Little Pony fucking is magic! That's the porn parody. Or My Little Pony, Twilight got screwed, so now she has to help save her baby daddy. Okay, that is what I would do. I would actually have the main 6 do something! But no! What saves Peter isn't the power of friendship, isn't the power of togetherness, isn't the power of the main 6 standing together. No, it's... Please help us save our bastard. Vic, do you even remember what universe you're working with? Do you even remember the other 5? No. Romance comes in and saves the day. It's like, haha, you thought you got away with that from that, haha. And then pulls all this bullcrud. Everybody's like, hooray! And I'm like, oh. And then it's like, alright, Pia, let me take away your magic, your telepathy, the use of Celestius, and all that. Thank you. And Peter says something that I have been complaining about this entire time! That Tetris and Web are his trademark. It doesn't feel right for Spider-Man to use a sword. To which I say this. Why do it in the first place? Not that I don't disagree with the statement. I've been heralding it all the way, but you know what would have made this easier? If you made Peter an Earth Pony. Why did you go through the effort of making him a unicorn? Why did you go through the effort of giving him magic? Why did you go through the effort of giving him a sword? Why did you go through the effort of making him? Why did you go through the effort of doing all this? Why did you go through the effort of playing all this through? Why did you go through any of this? This didn't teach Peter a lesson. This didn't give any more themes to the story. This didn't help forward any type of bond. This didn't help us learn anything more. This is just... You have a sword now. I'm taking it away. This would be like if I suddenly gave Aang a whole bunch of armor and then took it away and not make it a joke. Why? Why was this magic necessary? Why was any of this whole entire spiel about? Why? Sick! Work with me! Because it just seems like this had no point! There was no reason! Why did you do this? And after Peter wakes up, Goblin's like, oh, yeah, hello, I'm still here. Twilight, oh, and Twilight's like, oh, let's just fucking end this already. And then she can stab Osborn in the chest, turning Osborn into a shish kebab, causing his magic to dissipate. And Discord's like, oh, by the way, that was a lot of fun, Twilight. Thanks for killing Osborn. Doodles, and leaves. Now, I have to ask myself, was it okay for Twilight to kill Osborn while Peter didn't? To which I say, no! It was not okay! Because inadvertently, this makes Twilight come off like a hypocrite! Endgame, final chapter then. Fallout. Lil Pip sighed, turning her head away from the book that stood before her. She couldn't believe the story that she just read. About spiders and mages in an alternate dimension. She couldn't help but think, if this were all true, maybe something could have been different. Taking her trusted gun into her hoof, she holstered it and proceeded to walk out of the cave. Velvet looked worried at Little Pip. Did you learn anything? Little Pip could only shake her head. No, I didn't learn anything. Just another dead end. Calamity adjusted his hat as he said to Peter, well, Lane, come on. Let's get moving. Told you this whole Peter Parker thing's a dead end. Name all in another universe. The Earth of 673. Ketro walks the waste, seeing a statue of the now dead Peter Parker that said, why didn't our hero protect us? Ketro shakes his head and continues walking, his heart heavy as he realizes he can never understand why some people will walk away from their responsibilities. His eyes up, he looks towards a desolate city, hoping and praying that sooner or later he will find his beloved Yuria. Back in the present, well, Twilight gives back the Daily Bugle, everybody says their goodbyes, everybody's sort of happy. Felicia decides to go over to Equestria because, hey, why not one more member of the harem? Trixie, everybody's happy to see Peter again, they all hug. Some people are a little distrusting of Peter. But Celestia basically takes away the problems by being, well, Celestia we'll learn who's going to distrust her. But who cares anyway? About a few years after all this, the Omega Spells hit, kills everybody, and Follow the Equestria can begin proper. Join us next week for the epilogue! And of course, the Ruby.